For the very first time, YWCA Niagara is holding a food drive. It takes place August 19th through 25th across the region. Here to talk about it is Catherine Leniarsky of YWCA Niagara. Welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Why a food drive right now for YWCA?
Well, there's always been a great need in our region, obviously. With the pandemic, that need was made even greater. More men, women, and children in our region are seeking shelter. And through seeking shelter, 5 of those shelters actually serve 3 meals a day. So that's almost 120 people that we serve 3 meals a day, every day.
This food drive then is really to stock the shelves for those kinds of things. You're not creating a food bank for YWCA clients, I guess.
Yeah, not at all. We are supplied by a few food banks. We have wonderful support in our community. Essentially, because food is such a big part of our budget, we're just looking to ease that strain and use our resources as best we can.
Can you tell me where these shelters are and how each of them serves the community?
We have a few shelters in Niagara Falls. We have a few shelters in St. Catharines. Some we are undisclosed locations, obviously, for safety reasons. But we serve a variety of people. We actually have a newer men's shelter, and that's for men-led families. We have one of the only emergency family shelters in the Niagara region, and that helps to keep families together in a time of trauma when they're seeking shelter, which is really important. So we serve all sorts of people across the region.
That's something I think a lot of people aren't aware of. I know I wasn't aware that you had a shelter for families led by men.
Absolutely, yeah.
And how did that come about? Was there some extra government funding?
Not really. Our executive director, Elizabeth, is honestly just always looking for ways to help. She sees a need and she decides that, we're going to try and figure out a way to help these people. So we're ever expanding. The need is ever growing. So we're just basically looking for new initiatives to help us out.
Where are the locations for this food drive?
So far we have 5. We are at De La Terre Cafe, downtown St. Catharines. We're at Mate Cafe, downtown St. Catharines. We are at Camiso's Fresh Food in Niagara Falls. We are at F45 Gym in Niagara-on-the-Lake and Seaway Mall in Welland. We have a few other tentative locations that we're hoping to lock down in the near future.
Are you hoping to pick up some locations in some of the other communities as well?
That is definitely a possibility. If people are looking to get involved at all in this food drive, you're more than welcome to contact me.
So let's say I go to Camiso's, I'm shopping for groceries at Camiso's. Can I pick up a few items and drop them in a bin? Is that how it's working?
That's exactly it.
And what about the other locations?
There will be bins in the other locations, so obviously they aren't grocery stores, so you'll have to bring your non-perishables with you. If that is inconvenient for you at all, or you just can't make it out that week, we also have a donate button on our website.
And with that donate button, a cash donation, obviously?
Yeah, it'll be a monetary donation, exactly.
And will that money go directly to acquiring food, for these shelters as well?
Absolutely, yeah.
Can you talk about the need at these shelters? Can you talk about maybe what these meals are like for the people?
I mean, we serve all sorts of people in these shelters. Obviously children are a little bit harder to serve, as well as we try our best to, meet the ethnic needs of a lot of our clients. We try and make it feel like home as much as possible.
That would be challenging in many cases, right?
Absolutely, yeah. And we try and meet people where they're at, and create an environment that best suits them, which is obviously a challenge when you only have so much food on the shelves.
When you look at the need, are there different times during the year when the need becomes bigger?
I think the need is pretty consistent all year. I mean, we always have people on waiting lists to get into our shelters. The need is sort of never ending. It fluctuates only when, different families file in and out of our shelters, depending on how many children they have, obviously.
Now, you're fairly new to the organization. You've been there for just 3 months.
I am.
What are some of the takeaways that you've already seen in your 3 months?
Oh my goodness, it's been very impactful. I am lucky enough to work out of our newest location on Oakdale. That is where our emergency family shelter is run out of. So obviously having a family shelter there, I get to see families being together. I get to see children catching the bus. I get to see people interacting. And I'd say one of the most impactful things that I've seen since I've been there is probably a U-Haul showing up and moving out the first family that I've seen since I've been there. And the looks on their faces, getting excited to go to their own place that, the YW has supplied all the resources to find, and given them what they need to sort of find success in their future is a really rewarding feeling.
Was it hard to keep your emotions at bay
Of
that day?
course, absolutely. Yeah, the emotions are flying in that place at all times, but it's absolutely an incredible place to be, and I feel very fortunate to be there.
August 19th to 25th. Again, quickly, the locations.
De La Terre Cafe, Mate Cafe, F45 Gym in Niagara-on-the-Lake, Seaway Mall, and Camiso's Fresh Food so far.
And potentially more locations to come.
Absolutely.
Catherine, great to see you. Thanks for joining us in studio.
Thank you so much, Mike.